So we're going to go over the process of making and moving bodies. First, we're going to make a body. So initially, we're going to try to do the same thing that we did with the fixtures. We're going to create a body for the, say, player, and then we're going to make a fixture for it. So we'll want to go here to demo and then create a new package called sprites. And what that's going to do is that we are now going to organize our classes into sprites. So we are going to create a new class. This class, say it's going to be called player. You can really call it anything that you like. And then this will extend sprites. And then we auto-complete it, and you can do quite a few things with it. We would like to put this player in a particular world. So we need to create a constructor. So whenever this player gets created, we're going to put it in some world. So remember that if you autocomplete this, then you'll be able to import that. Now that we have, I guess, a reference to that world, we want to save this as an instance variable. So we're going to do this dot world equals world. That's easy enough. And then we're going to create a method called define player box 2D. So we're going to create the body and we're going to create the fixtures for this player. So public void, and then we're going to say defined player box 2D. What are we going to do here? Well, we're going to create one. We're going to do a body definition. And using that body definition, we are then going to create a body with the definition. And we're going to create a fixture for that body. So 3, create fixture. Set the fixture at half the width, half the height, so that it can be placed right in the center of the body. So create a set fixture in center. And then finally, we're going to create the fixture for the body. Create fixture. Perfect. So how do we do that? Well, first we want to create a body definition, so that will be a body def. So body def, let it autocomplete, and then just call it body def, new body def. And then we want to set the position for that body definition. So we're defining where this body is going to be put. So we go body def dot position, and then we can say dot set, and you can find where you want to put your player initially. It's really up to you. So if I went to my world, then I would find where most likely this will be, and then I would set it there. So you can try to sort of figure out where you want to do this. I'm going to go with 50-50 just to try it out, and then you can do some trial and error on your own. Then we're going to say this body type. So what kind of type will this player be? So body def type. So body def, body type. Dot, and this is going to be a dynamic body because we want to be able to move it around and apply pressure to it. And then we're going to say box 2D, box 2D body. And we actually want a private variable for this. So we want to be able to have access to this body and other methods for this player. So we're going to call this box 2D body, and then we're going to say box 2D body equals world dot create a body in that world using this body definition. Great. So because we used the same world, what we're going to do is we're going to pass in the world that we created here in level 1. So once we load a player, then we'll be able to use this world, and then within that world we're going to be able to create a body at this position of this type. Okay. So now that I have that, I need to create a fixture for my body. I have created the body with the body definition. So then I will go fixture def, fixture definition. So to create a fixture, we need a fixture definition, and then we also need a polygon shape. So we can say new polygon shape, and we're gonna set it as a box. So generally what you'll want is polygon shape dot set as box. You'll want to figure out how big your sprite is going to be, and then you do half and half of that. So if mine was 16 by 16, then I would do 8 and 8 here. So I can put it right at the center, and then I will say something like fixture def dot shape equals this polygon shape that I just created that is now a box at x and y coordinates there. And then I am going to give my body this fixture, and I'm going to say it's going to be this fixture. So what's going to happen is that this fixture is going to be put right at the center of this body, which is at 8 and 8, and then it's going to cover the whole body as a box. So now that I've done that, now I want to be able to have this player within my screen. So any of your screens will need to have a reference to this player. So we're going to create a variable of type player, and I'll call it player. And then I need to create a new player within this world. So right after world, where I've created it here, and then I'm going to say the player is going to be a new player within this world. So what's going to happen is that a player is going to get created, world's going to be passed in, this is going to be put here, and then I have to call define player 2D so that all of this happens. And if I go ahead and click play, you're going to notice that I now have a box. So I have created the box with my player, and I can try to figure out where to set this correctly.